Multi-factor authentication accepted. Now accessing Rave Tech Reviews.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the very first episode of Rave Tech Reviews, a show that seeks to give you honest, non-biased, in-depth technical reviews of the technology that you care about. I'm your host, DJ Rodimus. In today's episode, we're going to feature the Jaybird X3 in-ear Bluetooth headphones. Let's head into the lab and take a closer look. Hey guys, welcome to the lab/engineering desk. Anytime we have a smaller piece of technology to review, I like to bring it into the desk to give it a close-up. So let's take a closer look at these headphones. So I've had the opportunity to use these pretty extensively. They are now my new, headphones that I use for work, at the gym. I at one point had two pair of headphones, but now I've switched to these, and let me get into a few of the reasons why. So first off, as you can see, the design is super minimalistic. It's very lightweight. It straps around the back of your head. It doesn't put a lot of weight on your ears. Once you have them in place properly, it really kind of feels like they're not even there. So that's a plus. The only downside to this minimalistic design is unless you're using one of these fins, I guess if you're like jogging or you're moving your head around quite a bit, over time, at least for me, one of the ear plugs kind of gets loose and then falls out. So I find that every 20 to 30 minutes or so, I'm kind of putting my finger in my ear and pushing it back in. But that's really a minor setback for the quality that these headphones provide. So let's talk about sound quality. A couple of months ago, probably closer to a year ago, I was on a mission to get the best sounding Bluetooth headphones that I could possibly get. When I say best sounding, I mean, really, to be honest with you, I mean best bass. You can get a lot of headphones out there that have really good crisp highs and mids, but for anyone who knows me, I'm a bass head, and bass is what I was looking for in headphones. So it's very difficult to find good quality bass with a small driver. You have to usually have a bigger speaker to provide more bass. It's the principle of a subwoofer, basically any kind of speaker you have. You need a larger surface normally to produce bass. It has to have space to reverberate and all kinds of things I'm not going to go into now. But so I actually had over-the-ear headphones. I believe they were Motorola, and they had a speaker that was maybe about the size of a golf ball. They'll go over your ear, and the sound quality was phenomenal, but I ran into some problems with it at the gym. They weren't comfortable after a while. I couldn't wear them when I was like laying down on the bench press, and there were just a few other reasons that I wanted to kind of seek something new. So I think I bought 3 or 4 high-end sets of headphones. I bought the new Motorola in-ear headphones. I can't remember exactly which ones they are. They're the ones that are completely wireless. I'll have to look up the model and put it in the comments later. And I also purchased another set, an off-brand, also I'll have to look that up too, of the completely wireless ones, meaning they were just the 2 separate drivers, no wire connecting between. I'm sorry I don't have that information available right now, but I'll put it in the comments once I go back and figure out which ones they were. They were about $179 to $215 each. They were somewhere in that price range. And the thing I liked about those was obviously there was no cord connecting them, but I have to say the bass that came out of each of those was terrible. It was kind of like you're using old iPhone headset, like something just with little tiny drivers, just something terrible. So I ended up returning them, and a friend of mine at work recommended to go with the Jaybird X3s, and I have to say that I don't know how they do it with these small drivers, but it really competes against any of the larger driver headphones I've ever heard, even something like a Beats by Dre or something like that. The bass in these is phenomenal. There's a couple of caveats. You have to really make sure that it's positioned properly within your ear, and you also want to make sure that you have the correct tip. So if you're new to these little tips, I have a tip. The larger the tip is, more bass it produces. So if you go with these little tiny ones, you'll get almost nothing. This next one size gives you a little bit more, and the larger one is the most. It actually came with some foam ear tips, which apparently I left at work. Those, I found the largest foam ones, it's incredible. The bass sounds like you have a subwoofer strapped to your head. The reason I don't use those is because I found they get really, really hot if you're working out and you're sweating, they're just not comfortable over time. So let me show you a little bit more of the design. The battery is right here in this control module, and it has kind of this proprietary charging clip that it comes with. Clips on pretty easily. And you just plug it in via USB. I guess that would be the only downside to it, is that you need this proprietary charging clip, so you can't really have like a charger at work or a charger at home. You need to really carry this with you wherever you go. The battery life is phenomenal. I really haven't stopwatched it, but I'm going to say it's somewhere between 6 and 7 hours of continuous use when charged fully. I use it, I probably charge it once a week and use it for the whole week, or maybe even a little bit longer. So I would say this has one of the longest batteries of any headphones I've ever used. I also wanted to give you guys a view of what they look like when they're on. As you can see, they're very slim fitting. There's just a single band. It's actually a double band that goes around the back of your head, but they have like this little piece of plastic which kind of weaves the wire through kind of like a belt loop, and it gives you the ability to adjust the size, the length, I guess, of the wire between the headphones. But it's almost like you can't see that they're in. Pretty nice. Definitely gives you the feeling of freedom. There's no wires around here. Yeah, I love these things for working out, for being at work. You can also just do the one ear type thing, if you're in an office environment and you got to kind of hear what's going on still. You can just do the one, kind of look silly, it's dangling, but it really, really works, and you get phenomenal sound quality in one ear. So as you can see, Jaybird includes all these different little ear wing tips here. These are to kind of help hold it in your ear better. I did try them, and it does hold it in your ear better, at least in mine, but over a while it kind of made my ear raw. It felt like there was a lot of pressure pushing against it. So like I said, I ended up going with what you see here, just the largest of the rubber tips. Gave me the best sound, best comfort. Only drawback was, kind of fell out every once in a while. One other thing I will mention, which I think is a design issue, it's a minor design issue, the rubber tips pop off very easily. So easily that if you pull them out of your gym bag or out of your briefcase, you can lose one, which is what I did. However, I will say this, Jaybird has a technical support phone number where someone actually answers the phone, which is kind of amazing. And they sent out a whole new pack, charger, tips, everything to me, free of charge. Took a couple of weeks to get it, but they didn't charge me, so I can't really complain. I think I'm actually going to just put a little bit of super glue or something on there just to hold them on. But that would be the only design flaw that I see, is that these things pop off really, really easily. So you just got to be super careful. So one other key feature that I want to mention about these headphones is the Jaybird My Sound mobile app. It has a really cool feature where you can actually use your finger. I kind of don't want to do it because it'll change it, but you can use your finger to adjust, okay, I went into it, the waveform of the graphic EQ for your headphones, and then it actually uploads into the memory of the headphones your EQ settings. This is what really gives you the extra bass boost. If you bring the lows up, as you can see, as high as I did, and then even when it's not connected to the headphones, when you're using it on a computer or whatever else, what other device, it keeps those settings. So that's something I didn't see in the other other hardware. I also like to mention that it supports, I believe, up to 3 devices simultaneously connected. So when I'm at work, I have it connected via Bluetooth to my cell phone, my personal laptop, and my company PC. And whichever device sends the signal is the one that will actually basically take precedence over the other two, and will begin playing out of the speaker. It's pretty cool. So definitely, if you get these headphones, make sure to install the app. This is one of the key features. So overall, guys, I give the Jaybird X3 in-ear Bluetooth headphones a 4-star out of 5 rating. They're great, the sound quality is phenomenal, the bass is the best that I've been able to find out of any Bluetooth earbuds. If somebody knows of a better set of earbuds, please let me know. I'd love to pick them up and try them. I highly recommend, if you're in the market for some very high-end Bluetooth headphones, you check these out before spending your money on something like Beats by Dre, or some giant thing that looks like a helmet over your head. The minimalistic design is phenomenal. It feels like there's nothing on at all, but you're surrounded by this rich, deep sound. So I would definitely check it out. If you have any other questions, let me know. Leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Please subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys.